You know, my CEO, CFO, Felicia Gomez Simpson,
Hello.
her husband Sam's over there websiting the deaf, micromining. But my special guest today is none other than Danielle Torres. What's going on,
Woo
girl?
woo,
Oh, it's
Mr.
been a
Wendell.
minute. It's
It
been a
has.
minute,
It
huh?
has. It has.
Now,
It has.
I got to get
Pleasure
right
to
to
be
this.
here.
Now, the last time I know you was on some type of tour, what, that Chingona tour?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chingona tour. Actually, this time last year, we were just wrapping up our run through here, South Texas.
And who was all on there? Let me see if I can name them off. Besides
The
yourself, was it Sarah Garza,
Sarah Garza was on that show.
Irma Ruiz,
Irma Ruiz,
Sonia Trevino?
Sonia Trevino.
Who am I missing out?
I think that might have been it.
Yeah.
Of course, Irma, Sarah, Sonia, me. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Was that the original? The
Yeah,
original
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Chingonas?
yeah, yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
like the Latina Fab
Yeah,
Four.
we were
You know what I'm
the.
saying? Janelle?
we were. It was a great run of shows. And Irma continues on with the Chicona tour through
Yeah.
California. I think she's
Right,
taking it
right.
on a couple of dates through California. She's been getting everywhere, man. I say she was even in Chicago. She did
Yeah,
Laugh
well,
Factory.
I know
So
she does a lot. She moves around really
she
good.
does. Very
She put
hardworking, very,
everything.
very funny
Yeah, she
lady.
is. I know.
Just shout out to
She's-
Irma Ruiz
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the
She's
Chingona
awesome.
tour.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And because I look at it because, women just tell the truth. I always tell
We
you I
do.
love female
We do.
comedians. Because y'all going to tell the truth,
We do.
Most men, we lie.
No.
Some men lie more
I got
than
that
others.
on.
We just don't really want to tell you the truth because we don't want to hurt your feelings. But now it comes to a point where women are saying, "Damn, the feelings. You need to tell me the truth.
Yes.
Do you have a job? You know what I'm saying?
And a car.
car.
Do you
How
have
many
your
baby
own
mamas
place?
do you have?
Yeah, how many baby mamas do you have?
Yeah.
Instead of saying, well, I got two sides, some prospects and going on now. And a woman will say, if you're going to deal with it, you might have to pull it up for a minute. But then you get to that certain age when you come out your teens, your 20s and 30s as a female and you have kids and you found the love of your life. What brings you back now? Because you got a book that you've written out. What is that about now?
I did. I wrote a book. I call it the Baby Mama Bible. It's a book, kind of like a handbook for single moms, how to get through life as a single mother. There's some real important information I wanted to share in there. Like I've got like the 10 commandments of being a baby mama, like thou shalt not slash tires. Important stuff that I think that we forget as single moms. All of a sudden when we're single moms, we have to handle everything. The finances, the discipline, the caring for, the kids, the car, the work, the job, and then we forget about ourselves.
Yes.
Like, when did you shower, girl?
Right? Did you eat today?
Did you eat today? Yeah.
Did you get enough sleep? If your kids are sick and you're a single mom, who's taking care of you?
Yeah.
And the baby daddy, well, God only knows.
Like,
God only knows.
where are they?
Where are they? So
Because
there's
isn't it a
important-
true statement that most time when there's a baby daddy involved and he feels like he knows that he loves you, but for one reason why you caught him in the lie so many times and you keep taking him back hoping that he changed.
No, that's why we single moms.
Yeah, that's how you get to
We
be a single mom.
say no.
Because you know what I feel like, and there's a real, I think, conversation that people are forgetting to have, and it's that when we are women, if we're lucky, we're taught how to be good moms. Maybe we're even taught how to be a good wife, right? But no one teaches us how to be a baby mama, how to continue to have a relationship with somebody who maybe broke your heart, disappointed you, lied, cheated, whatever is the issue of why you guys broke up. Maybe it was on the woman's side and she made a mistake and now she's no longer with him. I don't want to make any generalizations because I think that so many things can contribute to the way you become a single mom.
Yeah.
Even at one point, I decided to become a single mom. I was like, look, dude, you got some problems, you've got some stuff you've got to solve. I got to take care of me and mine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave you to fix what you gotta fix, and I'm gonna go over here and make sure that my son has a good life. And that's really how I became a single mom for the first time. I may have made like some bad love karma for myself, and that's why that's why I haven't been, but
No.
let me take that
Yeah.
mess and make it a lesson.
Yeah.
I really feel inspired. I really feel like, and I'm not a real religious person, but that God maybe said, hey, Danielle, I've given you some lessons here.
Yeah. What you gonna do with it?
Yeah, what are you gonna do
He
with
gives
it?
you choices to make. And it's for you, that's what I learned to always say about myself. I can only talk about things I have actually experienced.
Yeah.
If I haven't experienced, I'm not gonna speak on it, but I still want it to observe and learn and let me listen to see what happens in life. And getting the point, especially, I know it's difficult because you women that's in their mid-40s, you know, you figure, well, and say your kid's like, how old is Asia? That's your youngest, right?
That's my youngest. That's my 8-year-old. That's how I became a baby mama. Before that, I was a divorced mother of 2.
Okay.
I had some souvenirs from my previous marriages.
Yeah.
You know, Asia was the one.
Yeah.
I mean, her father and I split up before I was 3 months pregnant.
Right.
You know, and circumstances being what they are, very early on, I was a single mom, and very early on, I was like having to walk to go buy my baby diapers and formula while he, in his car, was going to go pick up his new girlfriend's daughter from school. So how can you not help me go get diapers and formula for your daughter, but you can go take your girlfriend to go pick up her daughter from school? Oh, don't you know, I called the repo man on that car that he had not been making payments on. And I got that car.
That
You know what?
was not part of the commandments.
It was, no, but you know what? Let me tell you something. Sometimes karma needs an address.
It does.
Sometimes karma needs an address, girls. And you know, if a man is doing you dirty like that, and not just you, but his
Your
own kid, for what am I going to keep that information to myself?
Right.
You are doing no kind of good for what? For that woman who don't even really know who you are.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a woman and I'm dating a man and his baby mama calls and says, hey, I need some formula and some diapers for my baby, you better get your ass to go get that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not secure in the relationship that I'm in with this man, I ain't got no business being there.
There you go.
You know?
And that's the biggest thing is
Yep.
the being secure in that relationship
Mic drop.
and understanding
It is.
because
It is.
it's really hard. It's just like when a man knows that he's taking on some other person's, you know,
There are
child
some really, really
and
great
the
men who do that. Yeah,
responsibility
there are.
that comes with that. You know, it can't be, well, I hope things are changing because, and then to me it's always that, you know, the kid can't come up to my level even though some of y'all depends on the age level, okay?
It does.
But you have to show them how you treat your mom. Now, if they
It
see
does,
how you
it
treating
is.
their mom bad, they ain't gonna want you around.
There are a lot of people who successfully co-parent, who maybe have different families now, and they come together for the holidays.
Yeah.
This is not about that experience. That's
Yeah.
great. If that worked out
If that
for
worked
you,
out, that's okay.
amen.
There
I
you go.
wish you the best.
Yeah.
This is for women who, unfortunately, like I'm semi-educated, I can hold down a good job. You know, I'm kind of pretty, but you
Yeah.
know, these things just kind of happen to you in life. You don't plan who you fall in love with,
No, you don't.
and then you don't know. Oh, one of my favorite songs. Outcast, Sorry Miss Jackson. You remember the
Oh,
song?
yeah.
And he says that forever ever, like forever ever, like we can plan it,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
But you don't know what's
Well,
gonna
that's
happen.
part of life,
Mhm.
LIFE, living in future expectations.
There you go.
Okay, and then how you revolve your life around you and people that you put in your space. Because your
That's
kid's gonna
important.
be there. You're always gonna be there, mama. I don't care how mad they get at you. You get mad at them. You said what you said, and you meant that for a reason to help them, not to hurt you. Now, sometimes you might say something. Well, I don't tell them the truth now, you know. And then when it comes out, and then it's their choices to deal with that. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think there's any person that's a human on earth that wouldn't fight for their mom. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know, certain things
and
can
you
happen.
had a good mama.
And you had a good
And you
mama.
had a good mama.
You had a good mama that had your back. You know, not long. No, he did wrong. Don't take it behind. You know what I'm saying? But let you stand up. Why'd you do that? You got to learn somehow. You know, I know you don't really want to hurt them. As long as they don't come back and maim you, you're good. But my point being is just being stand up and you know, respectful. Because, you know, my philosophy was that if you're not paying my bills or wiping my ass after I take a shit, I don't care what you talk about. You know? Because the point
That's
is
a
how you
Wendellism
are as a
right there.
person.
That's a,
You know,
that's a Wendellism.
you know, that's it, you know, and I don't try to be mean with people, I try to inspire people,
But-
and I think that's always a good thing. A lot of
It
people
is.
try to hold down people. Say if you think you're in a situation where you're doing good, you know, and other people think they don't know that you're doing good, but then you hear other things that are talked about you in a way that, you know, and then they come back and they smile in your face, they call them backstabbers, you know what I mean? And then they try, oh yeah, you're doing okay, girl, or hey man, you're doing a good job. But they really don't mean it. You know, and sometimes you can sense that, And when you distance yourself, oh, look at him now. Once again, I don't work like that. You know, because I know I'm trying to inspire. I'm going to inspire everybody. Why? Because that's what life is.
What do you
to
do
me.
though, Wendell, when you know that somebody just doesn't like you?
Well, I just avoid
You gotta
them.
share that
I make
same
them
space.
invisible. You know, I make them invisible to my eyes. It's not a train of thought, out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to talk about you because it means that you in my head. So I just leave you alone. You know, just leave you alone. You know, I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to disagree with you. Just leave you alone. It's okay. You're not the only person that's going to happen to. Okay.
I need a little restraint when I see my baby daddy at HEB.
I feel well.
You
Yeah,
know,
well.
throw something at him, but I'm afraid to hit anybody else.
Yeah,
I'm also
yeah,
afraid.
that's right.
I'm also afraid of jail. So that's
Yeah,
how I got
there
to
you
writing
go.
this.
She attacked me. You know she doesn't like me. You know, and you know.
When you say the store though, like I saw the store the first time I ran into my baby daddy after like 12 years was at HEB.
Oh, you see, girl,
And I word vomit. I was like, hey, I'm your baby mama. We got kids in high school now.
Oh man, I saw him once, and I
was just like, and I started sweating profusely and was like, I just said that out loud. Now we have to talk.
No, I saw him. We were
Yeah.
walking in HB, and I had my 8-year-old with me, probably 5 or 6 at the time. And you don't know, you're kind of walking in the stores at the same time, and there was something like the baby daddy sensor just. I literally had to remind myself that I was with my child and
Yeah.
do a little U-turn and walk out because I knew that I would probably make a scene.
I did.
You know, yeah, I would make a scene. And there's one thing in there where I talk about in my book about always be a fucking lady.
Yeah.
You know, I once went to a woman's house who was cheating with I forget what number husband, but she was cheating with him, and I went to her house and I knocked on her door, I sure did, with a picture of my family, and I said, listen, I'm gonna be a lady about this. You're fucking around with my husband and I want you to stop. Here's a picture of my family. And I'm only gonna ask once nicely.
Yeah.
And they didn't, and we got a divorce, and that's fine.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah.
to me, it's because you always have to look at yourself in the mirror the next day.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that woman that takes your kids back to school to beat up the girl who beat them up. Like, don't be,
That
you know,
girl, yeah.
you have to, because as our children grow up and our daughters especially become mothers themselves and find themselves in a situation where now they're a single mother, how they behave and organize their life and raise their children is going to depend so much on how
it can
how
be
we
that
do.
trickle effect that
It
falls
is.
down, and it does, and that's nothing. It's a commonplace, and a lot of women know that. They just don't let the truth be told about it.
Well, a lot of us don't know.
Yeah.
And if we have friends that are like, yeah, girl, go slash his tires, I'll be driving. You know,
You're gonna do it.
What
That's
happens?
gonna be-
Next
you're
thing you're
gonna
in
do it.
jail, CPS is there, now
Yeah.
you're getting drug
Yeah.
tested, and they know that you were smoking weed just to relieve some stress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, if you read my book,
Yeah.
you know just to go in your bathroom, smoke a
Yeah.
joint, and make some cookies
Turn
with
the
the
fan
kids.
on.
And,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
That there's a different way to address those things.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
again, if we don't know, if we're never told,
Yeah, and you know, the way you look at it, because I see on social media mainly that it's more women that have been in some type of toxic relationship where it has really scorned them at an early age. At an early age.
so what does that say about you, or what does that say to you as a man?
To me as a man, it's like you got to be careful, you know, because of how you approach a woman these days. Because I've done a survey on how to become a better gentleman towards women that have been in some of the toxic relationships.
Okay.
Okay? And
Is
my-
it scientific survey?
yeah,
Okay,
yes it is.
all right, okay.
And my point being is that you just got to let them be themselves. Okay? Regardless of the situation, all phases, morning, noon, and night, and in between. You know, let them see what they really think about it. You gotta ask them questions, see what's going on. What do you think about that? And they say, well, I don't like that. Then you know they don't like that. And if they come back and say, it's okay. You know, you gotta deal with that. And see how erratic some things are towards a woman. There's certain things you can't do. Some women say they like to go out. What do you mean by going out? Are we saying going to a movie once in a while?
Oh, yeah,
Are we
yes.
just going out to the park to hang out?
Yeah.
Are we gonna just take a cruise somewhere? You know, or is it the one that say, hey, why can't we fly to LA or fly here and there? If you don't have that type of paper, then you know you're not gonna be with her. And so my point is, if she likes to cook, well, how well do you like to cook? Is it, to me, it's an added plus. You ain't got to. Some women say, well, I ain't got to cook, I'll put it back. So someone really don't know how. And the ones who don't know how, they feel kind of.
Wait a minute, I just got lost in all that. So you saying you would date a woman that doesn't know how to cook?
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
No, I did
Well,
not.
maybe she don't know how to cook in the kitchen.
No.
Maybe she don't know how to cook in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
no, I'm just saying, there's a lot of things I love and even want from a woman, but cooking is not one of them, but it's an added plus.
Oh, I like that. There are things I love, need, and
You want
want.
from a woman, but cooking is not one of them, but it's an added plus. Okay?
I like that.
So
I
keep
like
that
that.
in mind,
Yeah.
because just like I'm at the stage now that if you got a job, we can parlay. It's just that I'm not
That's your
paying.
only requirement. You must have a job.
Gotta have a job. Oh,
That leaves
you gotta
me out.
have and a car.
Damn it.
You gotta have your own place. Just call. Just can't
You're a
pop up.
writer. You got a job. You're a
No.
mom. You're
I
a
mean,
comedian.
I don't have a job that pays me consistently. That's, really, yeah, no, I don't. I am. I'm a writer, I'm a comedian, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I'm not a child support recipient,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously, and every woman you should have something that consistently generates you an income. Because even though I'm looking, and I'm like at 10, 11, 12 applications just yesterday,
Yeah.
I still need something to do with my time. Like,
Yeah.
I still need to be productive.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And that's the big thing
This is
about
my
it.
productivity for today.
Yeah, there you go. And there's nothing wrong because I think sometimes people forget what their priorities are, what they really want to do, even though you have kids. Okay, and if you do have a man, if you don't have a man, you got your girlfriends that might have a man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know women, they look at it like, if a woman, say you out with your friends and your man is everything, so, ooh girl, I want a woman, I want a man just like him. What you got? You're gonna raise what you mean. Why you looking at that man like that? And that's where you kind of, you really gotta work at things. Some women look advantage like that because they know those are the ones kind of, she doing this and doing that. And
I don't know. I mean, I think those women come along.
Yeah.
I do. I haven't had too many experiences with that.
Yeah.
I've had a woman think that I was trying to pick up on her man,
Yeah.
and I really I really thought that was kind of funny because, girl, if you think with your skinny, pretty little self that I could take your man, you got bigger problems than just me. And I love.
That's how this is. Something that's I guess the insecure.
Well, you know
women
what?
that feel insecure about that feel a lot about
But
that.
if you have a man who loves on you,
Yeah.
you should be secure in that. I love a man who loves his woman. I love a man who, when you ask him, hey, how you doing? Oh man, me and my wife are doing great. I love that because I would like that.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to do, I think love karma is very real.
Okay.
You do somebody wrong, that wrong is going to come to
and
you.
your book and the mess that you have put out, say like in their teens, in their 20s.
God, I hope nobody in their teens reads my book.
You know.
Good, because girls are becoming single moms in their high school years because
You come real so fast now,
and
yeah.
the guys are not mature enough to handle babies. So yes, I think
Well,
they do.
I
They
thought
go
Teen
through-
Mom would have helped derail some of
Are
that.
you kidding? That encouraged it. They made it look like, oh, you can have a baby.
yeah.
And there's always
I mean,
been
I'm a
so
teen mom
many
myself,
teen
like, I
moms,
had a baby young.
and within these last, couple of decades.
How old were you when you had your first baby?
Well, personally, 26, 25.
Oh, see, yeah, I was
Yeah.
25 too.
Yeah.
But-
19.
But my friends who were like teen moms that we were like, oh, I can't believe she got pregnant. Don't you know they're done now? They are
I'm
done.
done, yeah.
Their kids
And
are
I'm not
out of
even
high
40.
school. Some of them already out of college.
Yeah.
They got some grandkids.
No.
No
Okay.
I don't
grandkids.
got grandkids.
Now
I'm
the
with
thing
you.
about that for a woman
I
that,
felt boy.
that she says I can't have any more kids, and she meets a man and stuff like that, and and everything's really cool. He got kids, and then if a woman is not really, she wants to feel comfortable and loved and everything. Now, if she's not sexually active with that man, then it'd be still the same thing, but you think that it wouldn't be.
I'm confused.
You're
So,
confused, okay.
are they, so you have two people who have children, not together,
Yeah.
and they're in a relationship or they're not in a relationship?
We're in a relationship. You're
They're in a relationship,
yeah.
but it's non-sexual.
No, I said you would have to be, I'm just saying, if it's not a strong sexual relationship, that's where another part of that infidelity come in, even though you like each other, but say like the
I'll
woman
give you
is-
that. Listen, if you are not giving it to your man, he's gonna go find it somewhere else.
There you
That
go.
is just a rule of law,
Okay,
and
okay.
I'll speak from experience.
Yeah.
And there are things that happen to women. sometimes we go, especially as we get older, you know, you kind of go through seasons. I thought that happened to men too, but apparently not. Apparently not.
No, they're worried that they won't get it up, so they just do it all the time themselves.
And then if something happens to women, I think after we have a baby, some women's libido goes way up and they're very sexual.
Right.
And then some women just lose it completely.
There you go. And
some of us, when we get depressed, the last thing you want, like, you know, things happen with women. Women are emotional. Men don't want to deal with the emotionalness of women. Be gay.
Yeah.
But
But
I understand that gay men are
so emotional.
They're emotional too. So I don't
that's
know.
right. And
Be a monk. I don't know.
For a guy that when you find out you hit that ED stage, you know, and you get all ready
That's what I'm looking for.
and,
I'm looking for a man with erectile dysfunction.
It's not like every once in a while he gets
Big Mama
it,
361
you know.
on POF.
And I think, and in a man's mind, you have to deal with that, homeboy. You know.
But if you find the right woman
you find the
who
right
doesn't, you know,
then
who's
you're
okay
good.
with that,
Yeah.
or you're a very creative man, I would hope.
Yeah.
Like this ain't working, but this and this is if this is a kid's show, I just
It's not a kid's show.
what's that? Like Edward Scissorhands?
Cut it off.
Yeah. Hey, that's how it goes. It's live and it's uncensored.
She meant like this.
Hey, it's okay.
I meant like this. I don't.
What I
don't
saw
even know
on the reel of TikTok yesterday, couldn't beat this, and I'm gonna put out there real quick. It was a room full of, I guess they were females, okay?
Okay.
They could look like it be, they said, do you smell your fingers after you play with a woman's pussy?
Most guys do, don't they?
No, well, all these women are saying.
But so your women, they're asking lesbians.
Yeah.
Oh.
They would say, oh yeah, you gotta make sure you wash your hands, oh girl, you know, just go ahead and play with it a little bit. And this was, I started.
Those are pheromones in there.
Yeah,
You never heard about it? It was on TikTok where women were doing that and then they were like putting it on themselves like a perfume and going to a club because they were saying that a man would be able to smell those pheromones on your crew. You just put on your.
Just put it.
You're like, I can't. I mean, I don't know.
They say we're dogs, and that's what you do with the male dogs, you know. They hear that scent, you know.
I guess next time I go looking for a Sancho, I know what kind of perfume to put on.
Man, I knew this was, and we got into a good conversation today. I hope everybody paid attention to this because it's really good, you know. And I want to wish you and yours, you know, a nice, happy holiday.
Merry Christmas.
You know, everything, a nice
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas, and going into the bring to New Year. You know, and what are your goals now? What are your goals that you see?
Man,
Not
you
a
know
resolution, a goal.
No. My goal really is for 2023. We really are we're gonna put out the Baby Mama Bible. It's just we're right on the
That's
edge
what's called
of
the
it now. Baby Mama Bible is exactly what it is, and it is a handbook for single mothers surviving the bullshit of single motherhood.
All right, Baby Mama.
You know, of course, not a resolution, but definitely working on my health.
Yeah. Okay.
See where that takes me, my particular journey. I started putting out some reels as I'm kind of getting back into the groove of things. Go for a walk every day. My sister's got a stationary bike. I ride that more than any man I ever had in my life.
She's always doing her reels
So,
and TikToks.
And so, yeah, that's, you know, put more content out, do more shows.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, just moved. I'm going down to the McAllen with Bubba Florida's going to hook up with Louis Cartoon and Omar Rodriguez down there in McAllen.
Right on.
And chop that up for a little while. 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30 Friday. Yeah, it's going to be cold, but I ain't tripping. It'll be a little more warmer down there in the valley.
Can I plug one thing?
What's that?
I will be at the Trade Center with Javi Luna.
There you
January 7th. Stay tuned. I don't know the time yet.
Okay.
But we will be out there.
Good.
That's a killer show, you know, me and Javi. That's
Yeah. Y'all to do. I know.
The Trade Center?
The Trade Center. I know. I don't know, but I'm hoping I get like a.
Dude, that's where we get our furniture from.
Really?
Oh, girl, look. I have a suede purple couch in my beauty room that I got from the Trade Center. I love the Trade Center.
Wow.
And you can walk around drinking beer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna get me a.
Yeah, well, it says we out back there.
michelada back there.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got some.
So that's pretty good. He said that always been his childhood dream, I guess, something like that, to perform at the Trade Center.
Javi, and I mean this in the most complimentary way, but he is puro Corpus Christi, man.
Yeah, well, I like that. Well, I'll tell you what, you know, I know he is, so tell him before the Trade Center, before it was the Trade Center, it was called Shopper's World, man.
Oh.
Shopper's World.
I wonder if he knew that.
Yeah, so, you know, I'll get with him on that one. But before we get off of here, do you know what are the 10 most wealthiest cities in the world? in the world now.
Dubai.
I'm gonna start at number 10.
Okay.
Okay, that's Shanghai, China.
Oh, all right.
Beijing, China. And this, when I talk about in millions, these are like they have multi-millionaires and billionaires of people. Okay? Then Houston is number 8.
Really?
Chicago is number 7.
All right.
Los Angeles number 6. Singapore is number 5. London, UK is number 4. San Francisco Bay Area is number 3. Tokyo is number 2. And New York City is number 1 with over 345.6 million people that are billionaires, multi-millionaires, you know.
Do you want to know another interesting fact about your list?
What's that?
All of the cities listed in the United States all have major homelessness problems.
Yeah.
So maybe some of those millionaires can put their money
They-
to good
they-
tax
They're
deductible
not worried about
donations
that.
there.
They're not worried about that
No,
because
they
they
should.
figure that the inner city should worry about that. When they start moving out to the rural areas and start squatting on their land, then it's a different thing. But when they down in the inner city, they're not worried about these old decrepit
Yeah.
buildings that they haven't knocked down and put back up. That's one thing I can say about, I like about Dallas, Fort Worth. You know, especially Dallas. They would knock something down and build it right back up. You know, and that's how you knock down. They have their own situation of population of the homeless and stuff like that, because my daughter takes me around and you see them, but they move them around. Now they have built like this little community where they try to put houses solar and stuff like that. But the people that are homeless, a lot of them get a check. A lot of them are not only have mental problems, but they might have addiction
They
problems
do,
too.
I know, I
Okay,
get that.
so-
But I'm sure
Yeah.
hoping for 2023 that we can be a lot kinder.
Me too, I agree. So having said that, thank you once again, Danielle.
Questions?
Huh?
Are we gonna do the lightning round?
Oh, you got the lightning round? Okay, we're
Okay.
gonna do the lightning round,
All
right?
right,
There
all
we
right,
go.
let's,
Okay, these aren't censored,
oh, okay, not censored.
and they're
Let's go.
coming up, they're from Jen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what's your favorite color?
Orange,
Have you been arrested?
yes.
Dog or cat?
Dog,
Baseball or football?
baseball,
Where are your car keys?
in my bro.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Javi Luna,
Beef or chicken?
beef,
What's your favorite drink?
Bahama Mama.
Circumcised or uncircumcised?
Eh,
She doesn't have a
I
preference.
don't have a preference.
Ah, chocolate or strawberry?
Chocolate,
Naughty or nice?
naughty,
What actor would you want to play? Would you want to play you in a show?
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Chinese or Mexican?
Chinese,
Toilet paper or bidet?
bidet,
Bongs or blunts?
bongs,
Vodka or whiskey?
whiskey,
Gay club or bar?
gay club.
Flies or mosquitoes? They're from Jen.
Jen, I don't know who you are, but that was a
Jennifer
good
Reagan.
one.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was-
Jen!
Yeah.
Miss Regal. I guess I would say, I would,
Flies don't bite. Mosquitoes do though.
but flies are so
They're
gross
so
because
gross. I know.
if you ever saw The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, you understand why I'm gonna pick mosquitoes. Because I feel like I could do off, and then I'll be set.
Penis or vagina?
Penis.
Stairmaster or treadmill?
Treadmill.
A solid, a liquid, or a gas?
Liquid.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Top or bottom?
Bottom. I'm a pillow princess.
Pickles or popcorn?
Popcorn.
Chicken nuggets or french fries?
Chicken nuggets.
Natural, trimmed, or bald?
Natural. I think I'm an old
How
guy.
old's Mr. Wendell?
He is 62.
Close, close,
There you
67.
go.
There you go.
Oh, that's I
67.
thought first, and I didn't want to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But thank you so much.
Well, thank you once again, Danielle, for coming and
pleasure,
everything.
always.
And, you know, there's always blessings going up for the new year. Thanks Felicia Gomez Simpson and her husband Sam.
It's a beautiful
Red
studio.
Optimum
Thank you for having me.
Hey, people, once again, my name is Mr. Wendell. I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Toodaloo.
3,